Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of our car maintenance challenge. Today we are working on our Subaru 2005 Outback once again. Today the challenge is that my power steering pipe found out that it's actually leaking and it's leaving a lot of mess around the power steering pump. But now we need to change the pipe, the power steering hose, the clips, the two clips. The work of the power steering hose is to transfer the power steering fluid that's in this tank right here all the way to the alternator, and which lubricates the movement of the power steering in the pump. So for that job we're going to have a couple of items we're going to use. So I'll start with this, which is the power steering hose itself. It's made of rubber and it's a bit flexible. This, as I'll show you, when it gets worn out, is a bit stiff. So yeah, it's a bit stiff. This you'll get it at East Africa, Smash Auto Spares, Subaru Genuine inside. I'll leave the link down below. Together with that, when you change the hose, you have to remember to change the clips, which is very important, because without the clips it won't hook on properly. Same places to get them: Smash Auto Spares, East Africa, Subaru Genuine inside. Yes, so there's that, those two. Also, we'll need to change out the power steering fluid because I know it's dirty, because it's been used over a long period of time. So I'm going to change that, and for that I'm going to use the motor rod Nexton 3, which is good for power steering. And you'll also be able to get this at any of the 3 shops that I've mentioned, where the link is left down below. So we're going to start by removing these plastic covers so that we can create space for ourselves to work, some working space. So I'm going to start by removing this body clips. Just put that on the sides, be sure not to lose them. So that is out. Next we're going to remove this. Can have all your clips. So next we're going ahead to remove the clips, the body clips. So you have to be very careful that there is oil already in these pipes, so have something nearby to cover the ends so that you don't lose a lot of oil. And now we're going to, let's remove this first. Once you have this side removed and you have something like a funnel to connect to the dripping oil, come and disconnect it from this other side. It's gonna be a bit tough. A lot of oil spilled. And we're going to get this and just put the excess oil in there. Yeah, so that's the collected oil on the side. Then we're going to clean this mess that's been caused by the different oil. So so after that, now we get our new pipe, and now we are going to get to fixing this back to the right position that it needs to be. So we're going to start by putting on these clips to the sides, so that when you put them in, it's just a matter of getting it tightened. So that's there, and this there. So you make sure the small bend is on the side, but it depends on your car also. Just fit it there. Fit that there. And we are basically almost done. Actually, I think I have this. And the rest. Then once that's done, we go back to fitting our plastics, the air cleaner, the air inflow pipe, and yeah, I think we'll be done. So once all this is back in, we ensure that our work area is a bit clean. Don't push it in with some dirt. And then also so that when you refilling the power steering fluid, then you have to see which level, the correct level to fill. So we'll just open this. This is what we're going to use, Motorola Dextron 3. I think a liter should be enough. You won't get to use all of it. Then you have your leveling here. So you have the peak, you have maximum when hot, you have cold, and you have minimum when cold. So that's just to show you, depending on the different temperatures of the day, if your engine is hot, if your engine is cold, and how to check your oil correctly. So it moves according to the temperature around. So I'm just going to fill this. So for me, I'll use this bottle. Make sure it's clean first, the tip, so that you don't pour in any dirt. Also into the, and this is just to help so that you don't pour any oil out. Just be gentle as you check. And I think for me, that's just about it. We didn't get to use our full liter. I think we used like a quarter or less of a liter. On the side. And you make sure you cover it. So for me, I make sure I put it, like right now the engine is cold, so I put cold maximum, so that when the engine is hot, it just rises up a bit. Show it. Yes. Once you fitted everything in perfectly, when you go and switch on the vehicle and test it, so the first thing you'll notice when you switch on the vehicle is that when you turn the steering wheel, there will be no power steering noise. That way you'll know the problem is sorted. Next thing is that there will be no other leakage around. Just make sure you clean around before so that you know that afterwards there's no leakage. As I've said, the steering will become lighter, turning will be way easier, and the noise would have gone away. And that way you know you've fixed your power steering problem. And if not, then it might mean that you need to get yourself another power steering pump. So as you fix the problem, I said before that you'll have to do some bleeding, which will involve a lot of oil that will spill around the engine. So just keep in mind that when the oil spills and when you start your car, when you drive it for about a day and a half, you'll notice there's a lot of smoke coming out of the wheel wells and any other space leading out from the engine. You'll notice that there's always smoke for about a day and a half. That's because of the oil that's on the engine, and when the engine heats, it evaporates.